Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 16 of Natural Health and Astrology. I am Annabelle Fraser. I am a naturopath and a health coach specializing in helping women with their gut health. And I've teamed up with Laurie Barnes, who I will let her introduce herself now. And we're going to be talking about how to help you manage your emotions during this moon phase, which is a full moon coming up. So Laurie, over to you.
Yes, hello. I am Laurie Barnes, an astrologer and a psychotherapist, and I help people on their journey in life. And I have a new program coming out called Spiritual Alchemy that mixes the psychology and the astrology and strengths and values. And so I'm really excited that that's kicking off. Excuse me. So today we're talking about the upcoming full moon, and it's going to be overnight, really. So for the people in the US, you'll be seeing, well, it'll be Monday evening in the US and then overnight for Rome. So for us in Rome, I live in Italy, Annabelle lives in Italy, it'll be just before 2 o'clock in the morning. So technically, I would recommend that everyone do their full moon rituals on Tuesday night so that you're for sure in the full moon phase. Because if you start earlier, you're not actually in the full moon phase. But the moon is growing and you can see it up in the sky that it's getting bigger. This is a Pisces full moon, and it's an interesting full moon because it's kind of like the eye of the storm, maybe. All of you out there probably have been feeling the energy shift. We have a cycle coming up that many of people know about it, even if you're not an astrologer. It's called a Mercury retrograde, and it happens about 3 times a year. And so we are in what's called the shadow. So it's not retrograde yet, but Mercury's speed in terms of astrology, not physically up in the sky, but in terms of astrology, in terms of how fast it's moving through a sign, it's already slowing down. We're already feeling it. And it's a bit agitated because there's another planet in the mix. So I just want to kind of put that out there, that this energy is happening at the same time as the full moon. And full moons are full of energy, like we're filling up. And so already our emotions tend to be charged at any full moon. This one might just be supercharged. And so I want to just say that even though the actual full moon energy is quite nice, and that's what we're going to talk mostly about, that there is this backdrop, and to just be aware of it, and that the best astrological advice I have from now until the end of October is to just take it slow, to wherever you can, pad your schedule, take a vacation if you can, and just know that it's a temporary phase and that it comes and goes. But Mercury retrograde is really good for looking back at any projects that are unfinished, finishing up old projects, and just reviewing and refining. So all of that energy is at play. So now we come to the full moon, which is Monday, Tuesday, and we have this little oasis because it's in Pisces, which is a very dreamy sign, and it's a water sign. It's a time to really be creative and just kind of like go with the flow. So it's very different than the bigger vibe that's going to last longer. Okay. So, you know, this is a good time, like Monday night or Tuesday night, Wednesday, to just, if you can, kind of like check out of your daily routine. And I know that's hard because it's a weekday, but if you have control over your schedule, just try to make it as light as possible. That's my best advice. Now, Pisces is a really creative sign, and it's a really watery sign. This is a time to daydream and to vision. And that's why our theme for this particular full moon is to engage your inner visionary. So really try to put all that other energy aside that I was talking about earlier that you're likely going to be encountering, and try to really tap in to this visionary energy. What I mean by visionary is letting yourself imagine the things that you really want, and without the that, you know, that little voice in your head, like, yeah, you can't do it, or how am I going to do it? Like, this is not
Yeah.
about details, right? And we are in Virgo season, and Virgo is about details. You know, the sun is in Virgo. That's what I mean. But with a Pisces full moon, it's about letting all that go and let your imagination flow. Just let it all be as, you know, dreamy as you want. You know, like maybe you're dreaming of being an exotic dancer, or traveling to places that you've never been, or doing the flamenco dancing, or, you know, just, it's a very creative sign. So it's like, let that visionary out, and daydream as much as you can, and vision board, and just like see where your inner visionary goes, because that's going to tell you about things that maybe you are not giving enough acceptance of, that you want to do. And so, okay, maybe you won't go become an exotic dancer, but it may help you realize that, oh, there is something that I've always wanted to do and I haven't let myself do that. This is a time to really let your vision expand out. Like, if the moonbeams were coming out of you and going out as like far into outer space as possible, like, you know, where does it take you?
Can it also be in terms of work as well?
Yes, it can be a very creative time at work. As a matter of fact, yeah, thank you for saying that. Like, if you are on a team and you're supposed to be creative, you know, think about marketing departments. Yeah, like, get into a pile and brainstorm, and let people say whatever, because that association, word association, you know, that whole idea of no idea is a stupid idea, because it can take you to the right idea, even if you know, okay, this isn't it, but this is what I'm thinking. Just let it come out, and, you know, throw all those words on a board or post-its and whatever works. But yes, it works for work as well. It's a dreamy time to create. It's not a time to worry about how you're going to do it. It's more about like letting the big dreams kind of like fall in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see, what else did I want to say? There's another planet involved. It's planet Neptune, for those who want to know. And Neptune is a dissolver. So it's just another reason why it's so dreamy. Like, Pisces alone is dreamy, but you put Pisces and Neptune in the mix together, it's just extra dreamy. And so daydreamers out there, you'll be like, yes, I get to daydream, because I'm a daydreamer. I love to daydream. If I could just sit and daydream all day, I'd be so happy. But if you're not, give it a try. And that means just kind of like doing nothing and letting your mind go wherever it goes. And then journal. That's always my thing. Like, get some of those ideas down. That will be really nice to have. Yeah. So
nice.
There's got to be, I'm sure, a really great essential oil that brings some of that creativity out.
Yeah, the name of it as well is so incredible. Like, when I thought of this oil, which is clary sage, you know, just the name of it, you know, clary reminds you of the word clarity. Sage is all about wisdom, and I just thought, wow, that just aligns so well with you know, with all of the topics that you've been talking about, because it's just the oil for creative vision and clarity. So it's an oil that usually is used a lot for women, for like the menstrual cycle and bringing balance to the mood and emotions, and also it really helps promote relaxation. It's, you know, it's very calming and soothing, also to the skin. You can even take, you know, these doTERRA oils that I talk about every time. You know, you can take the appropriate ones internally, and you can take this internally. It just a drop in some water, and, you know, really lovely way to use these oils is to diffuse them in the cold water diffuser. So I'm going to try that, you know, because I'm not one that daydreams very much. I'm more into, you know, the details, and you know, kind of doing one day at a time and getting through the tasks and stuff. And I'm really aware that I don't. I mean, I do vision boards and things like that, but I don't naturally daydream and have a kind of free free thoughts, no, about your the vision for your life and your work and whatever. So I think that will be a really great oil to diffuse, to help people in that direction, you know, especially those of us who it doesn't come to so easily. Because just breathing in the oil, you know, I've said it before, you know, it's an amazing benefit to receive, where you just it sounds so gentle too, you know, just breathing in the oil, and it's going straight to your olfactory nerves, which are connected with the limbic system of your brain. So that's all about the emotions and memory and everything. So it's a really lovely way to get that benefit and help it enhance the activity that you're doing, such as journaling or just doing a vision board or whatever. So I would really recommend clary sage for this time of the month during this full moon. I think that would be a lovely oil to use.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. I'm familiar with it, and it's like I'm remembering just the fragrance as you're saying that. It's like, oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. I'm going to get mine out. Not at home at the moment, and I'm really want to get my hands on it now.
Yeah. Okay. So I have some ideas as usual for what to do as part of your full moon releasing ritual, and then some things to do during the phase, the 2-week phase from the full moon to the new moon. So on Tuesday evening, hopefully can be your daydreaming evening. There is a full moon releasing ritual, and I will put the link so you can go read it. And it's about kind of releasing any obstacles through the water element. And so you want to release obstacles that are keeping you from having that bigger vision, instead of thinking, you know, more in practical terms. Release anything that keeps you from being able to do some more visionary stuff. That's highly recommended. Vision board. I mean, this is a visionary full moon. So if you have never vision boarded before, this is a great time to start. And if you do love vision boarding, this is a really good moon to do a vision board, especially if you're doing all that visionary stuff and you have all those like super like big picture ideas, getting them in a vision board, that would be a great thing to do.
Yeah.
Water.
I'm going to put it in my diary right now, so I remember that Tuesday, because often the week goes by and you're like, oh no, I missed
right. Yeah,
it's important to schedule these things, right? Like just like any kind of self-care, you know, including meditation, including just walking in nature. I find that if you schedule it, you're so much more likely to do it, and you'll feel so much better when you do.
Absolutely. I was just talking to a friend the other day, and they said, oh, I need a calendar of the moons. And I said, well, these days, most calendars have a little checkbox, and you can check the box for the moon phases and they pop up on your calendar. So that's just another tip, that if you, I know Google for sure, I don't know about the other ones, but you can just check the settings and you can check the box, and then you'll be reminded of the moon phases.
Oh, great. I'm going to do that.
So another thing is, if you can, Tuesday evening, go near water. It's a water full moon. So if you can get near water, highly recommend it. If you can get in the water, if it's safe to go in the water, that would be a great thing to do. You already mentioned this. I just want to say it again. If you have a diffuser that's a water-based diffuser, use it with your essential oils. You can also cleanse your rocks and your gems and your crystals under this full moon. It's a nice one to do that. And then
I'm interested to know, how do you cleanse your crystals and things?
You know, I don't think that there's a right or wrong way to do it. This is a water new moon, so you could put them in water with some salt, which is purifying, and then leave it under the light of the moon. And other people sometimes just leave their rocks on a window ledge or outside if it's safe to be cleansed. I'm just saying, because this is a water element full moon, I would put it in water. And you know, or if you have like well, I don't know, actually I was going to say get some water from the sea, but that might not be sanitary. So just, you know, put some salt and some water. That's a really good idea, because it's purifying.
Nice.
And then, you know, just a couple of cliches. Put on your rose-colored glasses. It's a total Pisces cliche. You just kind of see the rose-colored glasses. And then the other one is dance like nobody's watching. I mean, these are really good metaphors for this full moon. Couple of things or ideas for you to do between now and the new moon, so under this full moon phase, is to do something creative, like sign up for a class, or in the US we have this wine and paint thing where you go and you get your wine and you paint. That would be a really great thing to do Tuesday or any of the time between or in the next couple of weeks. Steam baths, candlelight baths, thermal waters, all of them are highly encouraged. Hydrotherapy is another thing if you've been wanting to try that. I've actually never done that, but this would be a really cool time to try it out. Use soap and water instead of chemicals. It's just we have these cleaning products these days, and it's just full of chemicals. And I personally prefer soap and water, but if you're going to do any kind of cleaning, maybe skip the chemicals and just use water.
Or and add the essential oils. That's what I do. I use water, get these glass spray bottles, add my oils. I guess I'll be adding cherry sage as well this time. At least you're inhaling it, right? At least you're not inhaling toxins when you're cleaning your hands. Yeah.
Exactly. And then my last one, I think you'll love this one. Get a pedicure or a foot massage.
Yeah.
Because Pisces is the feet. Yes, so take care of your feet.
Yes. Nice.
I'll have all of that and some journaling prompts in the blog. Put the link below the video, and I hope everyone has an amazing Pisces new moon.
So nice, Laurie, to get this new focus every couple of weeks, with the things that you share with us. I'm very grateful for it. It's really really interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, I love doing it. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, I can tell. Great. Okay, so when will we be back then, Laurie? When's the next new moon?
Yes, the new moon is coming October 6th, and so we will have a video out a day or two before the next new moon. And and then I'll probably talk a little more about Mercury retrograde then too, because Mercury will actually be retrograde then. So yeah, just what I was saying in the beginning, please just take notice and extra patience. That's what we need right now. But we do have this beautiful oasis next week with this full moon, so take advantage.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks. All right.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.